Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us for Manhattan Neighborhood Network's Represent NYC. My name is Ken Ebie, and I'm the inaugural Executive Director and Chief Development Officer of Black Entrepreneurs NYC, an initiative of the New York City Department of Small Business Services. Launched in September 2019, Black Entrepreneurs NYC, or BNYC, is a first of its kind initiative in any major American city to address the disparities facing Black entrepreneurs. Our thesis is that business ownership and entrepreneurship are the most viable and sustainable ways to address the racial wealth gap. We've established key public-private partnerships and programs focused on eradicating systemic barriers and creating equitable wealth generation for Black entrepreneurs and business owners across New York City. February, as we know, is Black History Month, an opportunity to reflect on the contributions of Black Americans to our culture and society. But it's also a time to take account of the present and project forward into the future and look at the building blocks of a truly inclusive society. And so in honor of Black History Month, the New York City Department of Small Business Services is highlighting the stories of our city's Black business owners and the contributions that they're making to the fabric of our great city. We hope to tell you about how SBS and BNYC have been part of their entrepreneurial journey. So I'm joined today by Allison Dunn. She is a serial entrepreneur and the owner of Hibiscus Brew, a cafe located in the Prospect Lefferts Gardens neighborhood of Brooklyn. Hibiscus Brew is a health-conscious local cafe that offers quality food with neighborhood charm and provides a place for inspiration and conversation. Allison, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So why don't we just dive right in? Can you tell us a little bit about Hibiscus Brew?
Absolutely. Hibiscus Brew is a Brooklyn cafe located right here in Brooklyn, where we try to cater to the needs of people to be a little bit healthier. So we have healthy smoothies, wellness lattes, and our signature sorrel drink, which is the star of the show.
So as you may know, Allison, BNYC interviewed over 1,500 Black entrepreneurs and community leaders to identify some of the most widespread challenges facing Black people who are trying to start and scale a business. And the most significant concerns that were mentioned time and time again were money, which is access to capital, mentorship, guidance and professional services, marketing support, and networking. So can you share your personal experience with any or all of those challenges as an entrepreneur?
Absolutely. And we all need all of those resources to build better businesses. Definitely not having the money that you need to do a build out for your business is pretty challenging. It's really challenging because when you start a business, you realize how many things you need, and not having access to capital really sets your business back. Also, not having resources and mentorship is at a disadvantage, because when you're playing in this space, you really need to have the mental mindset of how to navigate, and having someone who has done it before to help and guide you is very important for you as a small business owner. So I would say they're all equally important, and I've struggled with a few of those myself as a business owner, and having support to get those done has been very beneficial to me.
Now, on top of those challenges, Allison, I understand that you founded Hibiscus Brew in 2020, essentially in the middle of the pandemic. Yeah. So putting structural challenge upon structural challenge, topped with a pandemic. So can you please share a little bit with us about what led you to start a business at this time? And what were some of the challenges you faced within this context?
I know it was a weird time to start a business. I mean, it's in the middle of the pandemic, but we saw the need that the community needed something that they could be hopeful for. It is still a depressing time going through the pandemic. And because of our space and how we want to have our space to spark joy to people, it was very good to have that breath of fresh air where people see our space as a meeting spot, as a space that sparks joy just by how it's decorated, the bright colors, just to bring some life into the neighborhood. And also the food that we're serving, it's really focused on health to improve your mood. When you eat a little bit better, you feel good. So that was kind of the vision for the store. It's in my community. I live in that community. I love that community. So to be able to be a part of that community, catering to my neighbors and having that space to help with the community, with other community initiatives has been very, very helpful to the community and myself.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Now, in terms of the nuts and bolts, Allison, can you tell us about some of the resources that you utilize as a business owner to get this new business up and running and really to stay afloat during this challenging time, including some of the services that you receive from the New York City Department of Small Business Services?
Absolutely. It's funny because as I was doing the fast track course with SBS, that's when the pandemic hit. And I was doing that course to help to grow my other business, which is a home organizing business where I help professional women and families to turn their clutter into joy. During that program, pandemic hit, we went online. And it was through finishing that program that I realized when that business slowed down that, listen, here's an opportunity. And with the teaching and guidance that I got in that class, I felt confident enough to start a new business. And I don't think if I've not gone through that course, I would have known the different things that I should be thinking about to start my business. So that 12-week program was very instrumental in me pivoting to something new during the pandemic. And I think that is what business is all about. And that is what makes small businesses so important to the fabric of NYC, because we are here and we are pivoting and we're moving with change and we're starting something new to benefit the economy.
Pivot or perish, I think is the phrase that comes out of the remarks that you're making, the experience that you had, and frankly, the experience of small business owners across New York City during this challenging time. We are still in it, as you well know as a business. So your small business is operating, you're serving healthy food, delicious food to your customers, inspiring them with hope and positivity in your community. So what are your plans on a larger scale for Hibiscus Brew? Are you looking to spread that love further beyond the neighborhood of Prospect Lefferts Gardens?
Absolutely. I am looking to grow bigger than where we are right now. I'm open to add a few more stores in different boroughs, and also to really use our sorrel beverage and get that into stores. I'm hoping to get it into Whole Foods, Target, and have people enjoy that beverage even if you're not in Brooklyn directly. Also, we just came out with our sorrel soft serve ice cream last year, and I'm hoping that this spring we can really bring that vegan sorrel ice cream out to more places so people can really enjoy the flavors of the Caribbean.
That sounds awesome. Can I ask you, I'm not familiar with sorrel, and maybe some of our viewers are not. Can you describe the taste, the flavor of that particular product that you're going to be infusing in all?
Sure. So sorrel is also what we would call Hibiscus roselle. A lot of people are familiar with the hibiscus tea. So this is basically the same thing. It's the same blossoms that we use to put into a beverage. It's just not a hot beverage, but more a cold beverage. And the taste is similar to pomegranate juice or cranberry juice.
That sounds delicious. Okay, let me move on to switch gears slightly here. I want to turn to Black Entrepreneurs NYC, our initiative, and provide our viewers with some context for this important initiative that was launched specifically to help small business owners and entrepreneurs like Allison. So Black Entrepreneurs NYC, or BNYC, launched in 2019, the first of its kind model in a major American city to help address the racial wealth gap by empowering Black entrepreneurs. We know the statistics, and all of our work is rooted in the statistics. Black entrepreneurs were 3 times as likely to be rejected for bank funding than white business owners, according to Goldman Sachs analysis. According to the New York Fed, Black businesses are twice as likely to be closed during the course of this pandemic. And according to JP Morgan Chase, on average, Black businesses have 12 days of cash reserves. That's compared to 19 days for their similarly situated white counterparts. On top of that, we look at the ownership of businesses in New York City. And according to a Center for Urban Future report, despite 22% of the New York City population identifying as Black, only 3.5% of New York City businesses are Black owned. And so that speaks to that issue of generational wealth and wealth transfer. So that's one side of the coin. Now, in spite of these statistics, we understand that there's tremendous room for opportunity, and there are wonderful signs of growth within the Black business community. We have seen Black-owned firms are growing 4 times faster than white-owned firms in New York City, according to the New York Times. And Black women specifically are the fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs in the United States. There's clearly a disconnect between the ability, the potential, and the delivery of resources to these tremendous entrepreneurs and business owners. So to address some of the structural challenges that are facing Black people starting and scaling businesses, our initiative has established 5 public-private partnerships. We've launched 5 programs in support of this work, and we have focused on 4 pillars to achieve systemic change. Those pillars are providing equitable access to financing, strengthening professional networks and advice, scaling businesses for long-term success through contracting, and preparing Black entrepreneurs for opportunities in high-growth industries in our economy. So in just over a year, we've hosted 35 webinars and special events, and we've provided over 1,500 entrepreneurs with the opportunity to receive mentorship, to gain information on how to start and grow their businesses, and importantly, to build a community, which is really what is going to sustain businesses and business owners through times that are thick and thin. So Allison, as you might remember, we met at the kickoff event for one of our campaigns, the Shop Your City BNYC marketing campaign. This was last November at the Gentleman's Factory, and as I alluded to the other day, it was kind of like we peeked our heads out between Delta and Omicron, and we said hello to each other, and then we went back indoors. But this great event was sponsored by our wonderful corporate partner, MasterCard, and this event essentially was to kick off this campaign, which is highlighting the need to support Black business owners. And it was specifically kicked off in the holiday season for a reason, since a lot of retail spending takes place during that time. We're continuing to roll it out, and key elements of this campaign are, for the first time, we have established a directory which we are reaching out to business owners across the 5 boroughs to register their businesses on what is the first online Black business directory here for New York City government. And so we're encouraging business owners across the city, Black business owners, to please go to nyc.gov/shopblack and register your business with our directory so that you can have that visibility. But the event itself was really, like I said, to bring together individuals in this community to see and to appreciate the power of supporting one another and working with one another. Allison, I just wanted to ask you if you might be able to share your perspective on the goals and on the value, really, of an initiative like the Shop Your City BNYC campaign, which is trying to drive New Yorkers from all over the city, of all shades, of all orientations, to support Black businesses. And then kind of the nature of an event like the kickoff networking event we held for a small business owner or entrepreneur like yourself. What was the value to you of this initiative?
That was such a valuable event. I can't stress the importance of having a network. When you're a business owner, you generally feel lonely and feel like you don't have anyone to speak to about the challenges in your business. And when you can put an event like that together and put a group of successful and different business time Black-owned businesses in a room, and you see the potential where your business could grow to, it motivates you. It makes you want to work harder, and then you feel like you have the support of other business owners to take your business to the next level. I have networked with a lot of Black businesses at that network, and it has been tremendous, the advice and the encouragement that you get from people and other business owners. You see what they're doing online, and it just motivates you. You can tap in, ask a question, get resources that you might not know to scale your business and grow. So something like that was so beneficial to me, and I can't thank you guys enough for putting so many Black businesses together so we can lean on them and share resources.
So I can't tell you, I'm so happy to hear that in such a short period of time, this is less than 3 months ago, an event of that sort had that kind of an impact on your ability to think about where your business is going and to really work together to make that business vision a reality. So, you know, in addition to BNYC's Shop Your City BNYC marketing campaign, how are you leveraging some of the other programs and some of the other partnerships that are available to entrepreneurs and small business owners through SBS and through BNYC in order to advance your vision for your business? You're currently involved, I take it, in an incubator program through one of BNYC's partners, through Goldman Sachs. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, I try to take every class there is online because I think it really helps me to grow. But I'm definitely a part of the Goldman Sachs 10K Small Business Program. I just had a class this morning, and I can tell you that is one of the best programs I've ever been involved in. When they talk about really helping you to grow your business and open your mind, change your mindset, you really understand what it takes and what you need to grow and build your business. And again, having a community of other like-minded entrepreneurs is super important because you can lean into that resource. And what it all comes down to is having those resources, networks, and people that you can really lean on to help you with your business.
That's great. Now, some of the people who you lean on are mentors, right? People
Yes.
who have been through the fire, who have made the mistakes, who have also achieved great success, and who can help you avoid some of those initial, sometimes fatal flaws that can kill an entrepreneurial dream. Can you speak a little bit about your involvement with SBS's Small Business Mentors program and how that has helped shape and guide your business?
Absolutely. I have more than one mentors, and I try my best to speak to as much people as I can because there's so much power and value in what people before you have done. They can really help to shape and guide where you should be going. And I speak with my mentor that I got from SBS every Friday religiously. We get on a call. She helps me to keep me on track, to ensure that the things I promised the week before that I planned to do, I am actually doing it. So having a mentor is super important for your business because we don't know it all and we're growing and we're learning. So to be able to lean in on someone who can give you advice and to keep you accountable is really beneficial. And when I don't know something and I reach to her, she can always direct me to someone else. She has brought other mentors on the call to help me. So it's really a win-win situation when you have something like mentorship for your business.
We had a number of events in January, which is National Mentorship Month. And really the BNYC Mentors Program has been a flagship program here at Black Entrepreneurs NYC, focused on pre-startup and early stage entrepreneurs, and really tailoring the advice to address some of these structural challenges that we've mentioned Black business owners face. So that's a tremendous program that our viewers can learn more about at www.bementors.nyc. So mentorship, to your point, Allison, is tremendously vital in the life and in the success of an entrepreneur. I want to change to another topic, kind of zoom out a bit, Allison. You are one very powerful woman, one mighty woman, but you are one Brooklyn-based small business. And so to extrapolate your experience and think about the economic impact of business owners, entrepreneurs like yourself, what would you say has been the overall impact of your business on your community? And why is it important for all New Yorkers to support Black-owned businesses?
Oh, it's so important to support Black businesses because when you support a Black business, you're helping the economy. You're helping us to provide jobs, you're giving employment, you're helping us to build our communities. I've been involved in so many community activities in my own community, which is very vital. And I could not have done this. Well, I could have, but I have been able to do more with having the business. My community know that I'm very involved. Just the other day, we did a street sweeping campaign to beautify our neighborhood. We help the schools with any initiative that is going on. So to add value to your community, we're more than just a business. Even in Hibiscus Brew, we're creating a space where artists can come and showcase their work for free. So there's so much benefits when you support businesses like myself. You're helping to close the generational wealth gap between businesses and other owners. So it's very important for you to support small businesses because there's so many small businesses here and we're really helping the fabric of NYC.
So you started, Allison, a food services business. Let's just make this clear for people who are watching at home. What you did was what some might say is audacious, right? You started a food services business with absolutely no prior experience in this industry, right? What are some of the common misconceptions that entrepreneurs such as yourself have when they are starting a food services business?
Just thinking that you have to have everything together. I know it's super important to plan, and having a plan is very vital. But for me, I didn't have any experience, but that did not limit me from starting my business. And I've been learning as I go. We've been in business a year and 4 months, and some people might not be able to tell. But for me, it's very important to start. And again, if I didn't have all of these resources at my disposal from the city, from BNYC, I would not be able to do it. But having people that I can lean on and talk to and figure it out as I go has been very vital to my success.
There's definitely hope. And for people who are either thrust into roles where they have to start a business or who want to step out on their own to start a business, there is support, right? Absolutely. I often say in all of our seminars, if you do not include other people, other resources in your dream, first, you are not likely to succeed. And second, you're just not dreaming big enough, right?
Yes.
You've got to include all sorts of people, mentors, resources, city government, opportunities to really make your vision come true as an entrepreneur. You know, we're living in a very different world today, Allison, due to the pandemic. Can you tell us really quickly 2 points that you have incorporated in terms of designing your business in order to reflect these times that we're living in?
One, always be ready to change. I mean, not moving with the time and the trends will cripple your business. I move into a completely different space that I had no experience with. And if I was off the mindset that this is not going to work, it will not work. So being able to adapt to change is very important. Understanding the trends and what's coming in is super important as well. So I think it's very important to be open for change and go with the market, go with the flow.
And Allison, as someone who has been a part of the BNYC community and participated in our programs, why does the city of New York, why does the city need BNYC?
Oh, The city needs BNYC because this is a great platform to help Black-owned businesses, providing all the resources and support. It's invaluable for small businesses like myself and others who think they don't have the support and the resources. Here is one that can help to take your business to the next level. So I think it's very important to have support from BNYC and have organizations like this that is tailored to catering to Black businesses. Like, this is the most valuable resource as a Black business owner that you can get.
That's music to my ears, and I hope that it is to others who are looking to start businesses here in this city, in the Big Apple. So, Allison, as we wrap up here, can you please tell New Yorkers how we can find Hibiscus Brew, both in person and online? How can we get access to these delicious, wonderful services and the delicious beverages that you described earlier in our conversation?
Sure. We are located at 546 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. We're steps away from Prospect Park. You can find us on our website, www.hibiscusbrew.co. Definitely follow us on Instagram. We post lots of beautiful, yummy things to eat each day. So our handle on Instagram is Hibiscus Brew. And you can also find us at nyc.gov/shop Black. You'll sure to find us in the database.
That is fantastic. Allison, I have a feeling that you will probably be seeing me sometime in the very near future in person at Hibiscus Brew. I want to thank you so much for joining us today and for telling us your story. It was really great to hear about your entrepreneurial journey and your experience with the Department of Small Business Services, BNYC, and the Shop Your City BNYC campaign. So thank you so much.
It was my pleasure.
And thank you all at home for tuning in to this special Black History Month edition of Represent NYC. Remember, the New York City Department of Small Business Services offers many resources to small businesses. We're here to help. The best way to reach us is by visiting us at nyc.gov/business or by calling our hotline. It's 888-SBS for NYC or 888-727-4692. You can learn more about the BNYC initiative at nyc.gov/BE NYC, and more about supporting our city's Black-owned businesses during Black History Month and throughout the year at nyc.gov/shop Black. So thank you all for joining us, and we will see you next time. Take care.